Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. Here in the United States, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. It's every year in March, and today we're going to make something that is considered by a lot of people to be a staple in the St. Patty's Day kind of cuisine. And I'm talking about corned beef. Now you can make your own corned beef at home, but today, because we like to do things as simple as possible here, we're gonna use a store-bought corned beef brisket flat. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but I have it right here. It's still in the packaging. I'm going to show you how to take it from beginning to end using some really delicious seasonings for a finished product that's going to be out of this world. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, here is my corned beef brisket flat cut. So if you've watched my videos, you know anything about brisket, there's always a flat and a point to a full brisket. The flat is going to be the leaner of the two cuts, and so that's what we use for slicing. The point's going to be fattier. It's what you use for pulling, making burn ends on a regular brisket, that sort of thing. But because I want to slice it, I'm using the flat cut. Now you'll see there is quite a bit of juice and stuff in here. There's also a seasoning packet in there, which traditionally you would use. I'm not gonna use it actually because I'm gonna do a little bit of a different seasoning. But what's really important to know is that this is a very salty kind of brine that it's sitting in here. So what I need to do is take it out of the package and rinse it really well. Ideally, you want to soak this in water overnight or even for 48 hours and just change your water kind of regularly. But you really want to get that out. Otherwise the smoke is not going to penetrate your beef here. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. All right, and there is our corned beef. Now what is corned beef? At its very simplest, corned beef is just beef that has been brined with salt. It's called corned because the individual sort of kernels of rock salt that are used are called corns. Like I mentioned, I took this in, I rinsed it really well. I tried to get it as dry as I could, but you know, you don't have to drive yourself crazy with that. Just make sure that it's semi-dry. All right, so I'm gonna take off some of this fat from the top side here. And that fat's just not gonna do you any favors, just like on a regular brisket. We are going to leave the majority of the fat on the bottom side, on the fat cap, because we're actually gonna smoke this fat side up today. And that fat's gonna turn to juice and it's gonna really just make it nice and moist. And get the silver skin off as well. All right, that looks pretty good on that side. These small little deposits aren't gonna kill my brisket. Let's flip it over. Like I said, I'm gonna leave most of this fat on. I do have kind of a flap here that I don't love, so I'm gonna take that off. But other than that, I think we're good. So now I am going to season both sides of this. Now since it was in that salty brine, I'm not really gonna add intentional salt. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. What I am gonna add is coarse black pepper. And I'm gonna be fairly generous with this. Just kind of pat as I go. And then the only other seasoning I'm going to use is an old staple that I haven't used for a while, but it is the Pit Boss Competition Smoked Seasoning. There is gonna be some salt in this, but it's got some other stuff in there that's gonna really enhance the flavor of this corned beef, and it's not gonna be overly salty. There's some garlic in here, some onion, a little bit of sugar even. Some really delicious flavors. And it's gonna help add to that smoky flavor. So you can't really go wrong with it. All right, and now we'll repeat on this side. I like to season kind of up high, especially with something like pepper, because it comes out of the shaker pretty quickly. And if you're kind of doing it from higher up, you're able to better manage the distribution on the meat. And our competition smoked. And I'll just get the kind of some of the remnants from the pan on my sides. And then we'll just kind of do one last little touch up of those sides. Just because it would be very unfair for the sides to get left out of this grand seasoning party. All right, there we have it. Now the next step is to let this rest for just a few minutes. Always let your meat rest after you season it. That's going to allow it to bind better to the meat. and then we're gonna throw it in the Pit Boss Savannah Onyx Edition. So I'll be back to show you that in just a second. All right, it's been 15 minutes. It's time to get the corned beef onto the smoker. Now today I am smoking, like I mentioned, on my Pit Boss Savannah Onyx Edition. Phenomenal pellet grill. If you're ever looking for one, it's a great, not only for a starter, but for even a seasoned pro. You cannot go wrong with this particular pellet grill from Pit Boss. It is amazing. And we're smoking today at a temperature of 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Anywhere between 225 and 275 is gonna be fine, but in the interest of time, I'm gonna just kind of bump it up to 275. We're gonna let this sit in the smoke directly on the grates for about 2 to maybe 3 hours. And what I'm really looking for there is for it to get up to a temperature that's about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, we're gonna come back out, take it off, put it in a pan, and then we're gonna add a couple of other little things to it, wrap it up, and finish it just like we would a brisket if it's wrapped. Because after all, it's a brisket. And so we're gonna be looking for a final internal temperature of about 202 degrees or so. All in all, I expect this entire cook to last about 6 hours or so. I don't know that that's actually going to be the case, but I think it's probably a good guess. So we'll go ahead and get this on, and then we'll just let it sit, and I'll be back when it's time to take it off, add some stuff, and wrap it. I'm going to use this upper rack actually here, like I mentioned, fat side up, and that's just so that it smokes more evenly as opposed to being right smack over the heat source. All right, see you in a few hours. Hey, now I know this is a cooking channel, you're watching a cooking video, but you have to check out my friends over at Everything's Fine. Everything's Fine is a clothing brand that's local to the Pittsburgh, PA area, and it's owned by a husband and wife duo, and their message is to spread mental health awareness through clothing. A lot of times when you ask someone how they're doing, they'll say everything's fine, when behind the scenes it might not really be. So this brand is really dedicated to bringing that out, and they've got some really amazing merchandise. They've got hoodies like this incredibly comfortable one that I'm wearing here today. They got shorts, pants, shirts, like everything under the sun that you could think of, they've got it. And because they're good friends of mine, they've set up a special promo code just for you, viewers of the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. So here's what you do. Go to everythingsfine.me. That's everythingsfine.me. Add a whole bunch of stuff to your cart because you're gonna love all of it. And then at checkout, enter the code Holy Smokes, all one word, Holy Smokes, and you're gonna get 15% off of your order. Definitely go check out their stuff, get your very own Everything's Fine merch, and help spread this incredible message of mental health awareness. All right, it has been exactly 2 hours and my internal temperature has reached 170 degrees. Let's take a look. So you can see it's shrunk quite a bit, and that's because of the just that fat melting and stuff. All right, now we're gonna come in, I'm gonna put this in a pan, just like that. Now, two quick things. I'm gonna add a little beer, and I'm adding a stout. That's what's gonna give it the most flavor, and just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. That is all, so we can get some steam going in there. And then 1 bay leaf, just like that. Now I'm gonna use, you can just use foil, I'm just gonna use a aluminum lid, and we're gonna put that on there. And we're gonna make sure that it's covered. However, I am going to pull this one corner up a little, just so that some of that steam can escape, because I don't want it to fully destroy my bark on there. Okay, that's it. And now we'll be back once it hits our magical internal temperature of 202 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, after another 2 hours, plus about a half hour of resting, here is our corned beef. This is the fat cap here. Looks pretty amazing, honestly, and it smells incredible. So what do you say we go ahead and slice this and see how we did? I'm gonna flip it over, so this is the not fat cap. And now a brisket knife would be a little bit overkill for this, so I'm just gonna use my regular, just sharp knife here. And we're gonna go about 1/8 of an inch thick slices on this. Just go straight down. Whew, look at that. Juicy. Oh man. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? We'll grab a few more slices out of this. And like I said, smell is insane. And there you have it. There is our delicious looking and smelling corned beef brisket flat. mean, it even smells smoky. You could smell the smokiness coming off of this. And that's a combination of the smoke and that smoked seasoning that we put on there. I mean, just look at that. Wow, that's gonna be amazing. All right, this looks delicious. I'm ready to try it. So here we go, nothing left to do but take a bite. So here we go, smoked corned beef brisket flat. Oh, the seasoning is like layered. So first it's got a texture almost like ham. Part of that is because this particular type of meat is sometimes used to make pastrami. Usually that's more the point that's used to do that, but still, it's got that kind of texture to it. And before you get any of the salt from the brine or anything like that, you get that pepper. And that pepper is, oh my gosh, it's so delicious. And then you get those added seasonings that come from the competition smoked seasoning, and then you get a little bit of that saltiness at the end. So it's absolutely perfect. It works beautifully. Holy smokes. This is good. Listen, if you're having a St. Patty's Day gathering, I cannot recommend making this enough. And you saw how easy that was to do. This is often served with cabbage. I could see this being on like a nice sandwich roll with some cabbage on top of it. That would be delicious. Well, hey, thank you once again for tuning into the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. If you like this video, make sure that you click the thumbs up. That's gonna help other people find the channel. And be sure that you're subscribed and that you click the little notification bell so that you're one of the first people to know as soon as we post new videos. And I feel like every holiday has some sort of a cook associated with it, so check out this playlist of a bunch of holiday cooks that I've made here on the channel. Happy St. Patty's Day, and I'll see you next time.